well, kind of been working on this combine today. And got the other side all put back together. I think I got that actually on a time lapse. I don't know, I haven't been good at hitting the record button, I guess. I don't know, but that's back together, and everything else is too. All the belts are on. This one needs to be tightened up, but that's not a big deal. This one here, I got the, you can't really see, but the concaves are back in, or the, I don't know, right term, concaves? I don't know. Little things that go against the rotor. For some reason I'm drawing a blank. But all that's back in. The rotor's unplugged. We did that. You can see the mess that came out of here. This is just one side. The other side is, I think, what really plugged it up. But we got the clutch back on. Here's the other half of the mess. It's been walked on and everything else. So the clutch is back on, and we got the slide assembly for the clutch on. But we lost the little spring washers. There's little spring washers in here. And yeah, I kind of may or may not have pulled the pin out and then managed to lose those washers. So those are gone. Not that big of a deal. They're right here, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully I find them tomorrow. But this side's all put back together too, up here and that. So theoretically, all we have to do is put on the engagement system. Is that what that's called? Yeah, sure. Anyways, it comes across here and it's got two bars that push this in. So we got that to put on, and this thing will be back together. It'll be nice because then we can take it out, and we might actually try to run some soybeans here this spring. As weird as that sounds, but I don't think I ever really did the full story on what happened to this thing. So basically, I went out and tried to run soybeans, and it was the last field. It was after I finished corn. We had 10 acres, or we have 10 acres of soybeans left, and we can't really. All right, so we have 10 acres of soybeans left, but that's got that canola in it, if you remember me talking about that. I went to try and run it, and made it down the edge of the field nice, and we were trying to get it done before a snowstorm that came, and in hindsight, we didn't even get that much snow, so probably didn't even need to push it, because then all the inch of snow that we got melted away, and we could have gone. But that's neither here nor there at this point. But I took it down the field, cut all right. It was a little tough, but we were trying to get beans off for the snow, so you know, you got to do what you got to do. And I got to the end of the south end of the field, and it got a little bit better beans and a little bit tougher, and I tried to take an end row off, and on the way back, it was not happy about it. I was slugging really bad, and I was like, all right, I'm calling it. And I was like, you know, I'll call it when I get to the end of the end row, you know. Only had 50 feet to go. Oh, no. Nope. Shut it down right there. Stalled the combine out from full throttle, so she was hooked up good. And then I did, you know, what anybody would do. I got out and tried to back the rotor up. Try to work it a little bit, you know, get it cleaned out. And in that process, I managed to slip this clutch a little bit. And when I mean a little bit, maybe just a little more than a little bit, but that's all right. I should have probably called it quits 2 times before, because it was disengaging at that point. But they got hot, welded the plates together where they didn't really want to come apart well, so yeah, I did that. And I said, all right, we're gonna run it up to the barn. I ran it up along the edge of the field, back out to the road, turned onto the road, looked in my mirror and saw that there was smoke rolling out the side of this thing. I quick jumped down, got out, looked, and there was flames coming out of this thing. Not big flames, you know, just like this tall, coming out of this little gap here. They were only probably up to about here, you know, just a little bit of flamage. So I quick blew it out, and we dumped water on it. In the process of dumping the water on it, all right, I don't know where it left off, but basically that plate cracked, and it just wasn't real happy about driving at that point. So we ended up towing it up to the farm in a snowstorm at that point. I think it was raining, sleeting, nasty weather. So we pulled it inside and have parked it for about, well, what is it, March now? So I think we parked it till beginning of February, I think is when we went over and got it. So that was in beginning of December at that point. So we just went over and parked it in the barn and left it there. And I came back, got it, and tore it apart. Figured out that I cracked the back plate on it and the front plate when we dumped the water on it. We heard it pop. We watched it do it, so it probably would have been all right if we wouldn't have done that. But the plates, the clutch plates, were in pretty rough shape. There's some grooves in them and stuff like that, so it is what it is. The heater fix on. So basically, I don't know if this is gonna be better walk over this side, but basically what we had to do was tear this whole side apart. We had to take, let's see, we had to take this all apart. This, the rotor variable speed, we had to take that apart. And behind that, there's a belt drive for the fan, which spins some other stuff. And in turn, you pretty much have to take the whole back part of this thing apart. We had 4 or 5 different belts off, which there's, I don't know, 6 belts here, so we had most of it off. And so once we had all that stuff off, we were able to drive it because nothing was spinning in this half of in the threshing part of the machine. So we drove it up, called it good, and we've been picking away at it since. Had to wait for some parts. I had to find a new clutch plate, and in turn, when I went to take that apart because the pins were seized in it, I cracked one of the ears on it, or I cracked an ear and broke an ear off. So then we had to take it, and I had a guy my dad works with weld it back on. So yeah, it's kind of been one of those one thing after another deals. So it's back together now, or just about. And then I think we are going to try to run them, maybe. We'll see. We'll start up and see how everything works, make sure I got everything right. But yeah, and then I'll go check the field, see if they're even worth running at this point. I mean, right now beans are, I don't know, $13 a bushel, so maybe even more than that. I don't know. I haven't looked in the last few days, but last time I looked, they were $13.50. I don't know. It's good beans, so I mean, if we get 100 bushel, that's $1,300, and it'd pay for all the work we've done on it. Granted, we have 75 bushel in the bin, so yeah, it'd be nice to see if we could get 500-600 bushel off of it. So I think that's a pretty feasible number out there in that field. That's if we can get to it. It's only a small field, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, an update on this tractor. You see it's out of its home right here. It's been here for 3 months. We finally found an axle shaft for it. We got that in. Put this shaft right down in there. The one going into the axle itself. That was one that was wore out. I think I got video of that, but basically we got this put back together. Got the seals and everything. Did the CAD kit in it. That's in. We got a headliner coming in, and we got door seals, window seals coming in as well. So those will be here I think the headliner's at least a week and a half out still, and the door seals are beginning of next week, I think. So just waiting on parts for it. We're gonna get it serviced and changed. I think Jeremy's got all that done. Oh yeah, that's basically where we're at. All right, so back in this thing, in the combine. It's out of the shop, ready to run. We ran it. Everything seems to be fine. No weird noises, no nothing interesting to show you guys. Personally, I like it that way, you know. And now I gotta back out of this driveway. It's nice and narrow at the moment. Don't hit the dumpster. Don't hit the trailer that's right there. Hopefully we can do it. Alright. We're going. But yeah, everything's fixed. We're gonna go park it over in the other building. Yeah, I know, we got beans back there, but it is what it is. Grandpa's hauling corn right now, and this makes an alright storage bin at the moment. So we'll go get it put away for now. And the ground doesn't seem too bad. I could probably try and run beans if I really wanted to, but I don't today. I don't think I will till, you know, a couple weeks from now maybe. I'll be gone in a week, so no point. I could probably do it next week, maybe. It's supposed to be 50 degrees, so maybe we'll try it next week. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyways, I'm gonna take this over and go get parked to the side.